Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. Happy Saturday, everyone. And I hope you're well. Yes, it's our Amiee SAL. Just last week, we were here doing a 10-hour marathon. Do you still remember? It just seems like so long ago. And here we are. And today is our Amiee SAL every Saturday. And I hope you're armed with a piece of Amiee Stewart's patterns here to stitch with me. If not, do not worry. We have side doors, ceiling door, windows, whatever it's called from the ceiling. And we have cat flap as well. So I'm very accommodating of Yogi here. And everybody's welcome. And but of course, we're here to celebrate not only Heaven and Earth, but Amiee Stewart's piece. And you guys probably know Amiee Stewart's patterns are no longer part of the sales from Heaven and Earth. And, you know, it's because she's so popular and everybody will buy her patterns no matter what. And so today I'm stitching this piece. It's been a little while. I actually checked the date. The last time I worked on this piece was back in March, the beginning of the March. And so it's been a little bit. We're almost at the end of May here, and next week is going to be June. And this week in the UK, we're actually having a long weekend. This is a bank holiday weekend, so you know it's extremely warm with the weather, and everybody's out there doing stuff. And I just like to stay in and stitch, and hope you can join me. So this piece, let me show you the markup. Okay, here we go. Isn't that whimsical? And this piece is called Vintage Baker. And Amiee Stewart has another piece. It's very similarly themed. It's called, I think it's called Retro Baker. It looks slightly different. The art style is a little bit different. I prefer this one. It's got that vintage, I don't know, 60s, 70s feel to it, or maybe even longer before. I have no idea. But it's got that kind of, you know, really warm and cozy color scheme, and all the items I love. I love a little bit of baking. I have to confess, I'm no domestic goddess, particularly recent maybe year or two. I haven't really cooked that much, but you know, I love a spot of baking from time to time. I baked quite a lot during COVID. I think everybody turned into a baker during that period, or maybe bake for the first time, or maybe boil eggs for the first time. You know those people who don't know how to boil eggs. And so this is definitely, you know, my kind of pattern and theme here. And in terms of progress, let me show you. So when did I start this piece? Maybe sometime during COVID as well. We're talking maybe 2023. So it's been a little bit, and I've been working on it, you know, a little bit at a time, and steadily. So this is my progress up to this point. So I started from upper left there, kind of just gradually move toward the right side, just picking patterns, you know, sort of areas I'm interested in stitching. And as you can see, this piece is absolutely adorable and really beautiful. There's some really interesting objects there to see, to stitch as well. And the giant cherry pie on the left. And so, you know, I did a few pie stitching sessions today, but today I'm going to focus a little bit toward the right side here. As the title suggests, I'm going to say hello to the baker lady. It's been a little while. I've been working on this lady for a little bit. And today I'm going to come back and do a little bit more, and hopefully she's going to smile at me and not, you know, not to be mad at me at all. And so numbers, okay, let's have a look. So currently I'm just under 10%. I would not say that I would go over 10% today. That would be too ambitious. And this is a regular size Heaven and Earth project, but it's regular colors as well. So we're not talking about 240 colors, 90 colors. It's not a small number, but you know, for Heaven and Earth, it's quite modest. So mini and regular sizes, they come with 90 colors or slightly below. And I am going to start a new sprint here. Okay, guys, I'm doing it. All right. And right in front of you, I started a counter. Okay, sometimes I forget. And if the chat doesn't remind me, sometimes they're not doing their job. And I forget to start a counter. And there's always, a little bit of a problem at the end. Because at the end of every single session, I will share my stitch count with you. And let's see how we're going to be doing today. So it's all set, and I want to say hello to all of you. Guys, welcome. I know yesterday we didn't get to meet, and I hope you had a lovely Friday, okay? And by the way, today, as I said, this weekend is what is it? bank holiday weekend, which means Monday is the holiday as well. So the evening classes I normally have on Monday evenings, they're rested for a week. So you know what? We're going to have a Monday stream on Monday evening, clearly, and but on Tuesday, I do have classes. Normally I don't, but this week I'm covering for some teachers, so I do extra classes. So instead of a Monday off, we're going to have a Tuesday off next week. Okay, just so put it on your calendar. We're here on Monday. Okay, normally Monday is a day off. So here we go. So let's have a look. Who has joined me today for today's session? Well done. Daria. Daria is the first one to report to the chat, and welcome. Says hello, Yogi and Stitchy friends. Happy stitching day. Happy stitching day to you. And we have Aimee. I know Aimee. You got it again. I know. You know, Aimee was in our members session. Normally happens before the Saturday SAL. And at the end of every stream, the members stream, I ask the members to guess which Amiee Stewart project I'm going to be doing. And week on week, Aimee has got it correctly. I think Aimee has probably got it incorrectly once, but pretty much spot on every single time. I don't know how you do it. Aimee says, maybe I'm psychic. Yes, I think you are. Maybe it's time we come up with some lottery numbers, okay? And help me out here. Yes, well done, Aimee. And Rajal says hello again to you, definitely. And I hope everything's going well on your end. And also Chiviz, hello Chiviz, and Sarah as well. Sarah has just been baking a pie. Wonderful. And I bet Sarah's incredible baker. And Emma as well, hello, watching from South Central Coast UK, working on jungle montage. Hate from Chiromaketi. Beautiful, and welcome. And Travis is here as well. Travis is not working today, are you? So you can stitch with us and play. Wonderful. And Michelle Kiefer is here as well. Hello. And Miring as well. And who else have we got here? Linda Diamonds, and Clara is back with us, and Sound Stitching, and Stitch Kitty. Hello. If we haven't met, and welcome. And Nikki's back with us. Welcome. And JOLRJ. We met on the last session. I remember the name. Luke. Is it Luke? Oh, yes. It's like a memory test, isn't it? Did I get it right? Yes. Welcome back. And our lovely Susan is here as well. Great to see you. And April. Hello. And Lizzie's back here. And Sherry as well. Oh, great to see you, everyone. And my chat is broken here. So let me just stop, refresh my chat here. And sometimes it breaks from time to time. And normally if I just restart, it's fine. Let's have a look. And so let's have a look. Michelle Fuller is here. Hello. Jackie as well. And is it Leah? Leah. Yes, hello. And Kelly Quotes Plus is joining us as well. And Heather House, hello. And Suzanne as well. And Lona, hello. Nice and early. Right on time. Model student today. And let me just zoom in a little bit here. Wonderful. And Claudia, hello, and Jackie Turner. I'm determined to get to Leanne. Heather House, Love Drunk, Alisa, Tracy, and who else is here? Let's have a look. And Fickle Otter. Hello. Yes, let's have a look. Fickle says evening, currently recovering from surgery and also pregnant. So no bank holiday festive for me, and sneaking in backdoor for a non-hate full coverage. Oh, you allow, you're pregnant as well. So, you know, and anything goes. You can do whatever you like, and just take care of the baby, okay? And Aimee is here, a different Aimee, Aimee Robinson, and McLean. McLean, is that correct? And Cindy is back with us, and Lisa as well. And who else have we got? Alison is also here, and Clara, of course. And welcome everyone. And let me know what you're working on today. You know, I'm working on the, having a date with the baker lady, okay? And I'll see how far I can go with this. So let me show you what I'm trying to do today. So you can see there's a little bit of a baker lady emerging there. So if I show you the markup, okay? This is what it's supposed to look like. Isn't that charming? So the baker lady is not really in this physical space. She is an image of, as part of this image, if you know what I mean. It's a picture in this beautiful baker's worktop here. And it's got that really sort of, you know, nice retro feel to it. And I think last time someone suggested this person is actually, well, this image is actually part of some sort of product. I don't know. So it's really, really interesting. So my goal today is kind of just stitch around him. The only challenge I have today is that dress, because it's got a lot of really light colors. So I might try to do a little bit, but not, you know, I can't imagine me going crazy with that white and gray. So I'm going to dip in and out and just stitch around this dress. And there's some really interesting colors there as well, and shapes. So this is my plan today. Nothing too ambitious, but interesting. And I would like to, you know, finish this little lady. Do you not think this lady is more smiley on my version? Can you see that? If I show you the markup, you know, this lady is kind of looking like, yeah, I'm the baker lady. But if you look at my version is very happy. Do you not think? My version is slightly more seductive. Do you not think the eye is more like cat eye? Or just me, optical illusion? And yes, so this is my version of Baker Lady. I bet it's better than the markup. And so I'm stitching on a 25 count fabric here, pre-gridded. And also I'm stitching with DMC floss, single strand, 1/1. Okay, a very standard setup here. Let's have a look. So let me set up my app here. So today I'm going to just go for very easygoing cross country, and maybe times I'll go slightly further, but generally short distance cross country here. So let's have a look. So there are some stitches here that they don't completely match up, because this was at the point that I transitioned from Pattern Keeper to Saga. So some stitches, even after so long, they're not up to date. Okay, so I'm trying to work through these stitches and bring them up to date as much as possible. Let's have a look. Samantha says a lot of air stitching. Yes, if I, focus on this dress, yes, a lot of air stitching. Probably why I have not done it, I'm just trying to avoid the reality. But sometimes you have to face up, And Suzanne says, I'm coming through the skylight, that's the word, with a spirited away. That's perfect. Yes, it's a very dreamy anime piece. That's perfect. Comes through the skylight. Lona is working on new Haste Art glass castle. Oh, Lona's got so many things going on right now, and that sounds exciting. Let's have a look. I think these stitches, most of them, I probably have stitched already. Let me just double check. Yes, I have probably. So this is a tricky part of it. Let me just flip my chart here. Yes, indeed. So these have already been done. So, I don't want to do that because the stitch count is going to be weird today, isn't it? Because there are quite a lot of stitches I have not marked on my chart. Never mind. Let's go for it. It has to be done at some point. So let me just come down here. I think all these stitches are done, and I just have not updated my chart here. So let me just switch over. So the stitch count, you probably have to minus a few today, and these ones are done, I think. All right then. Yes, my baker lady is definitely very smiley. And we have a new member, Kristen. Kristen Larson. Welcome, Kristen. Hang on a mo. Welcome to Yogi Squat. Thank you for the support, and come join us. And Lola says, I restarted my supersize Earth Angel. Why did you restart? Did you not like what you had? Clearly, something happened. And Kezat says, question, why do you have so many needles on your needle miters? Oh, these ones. So, yes. So technically, Kezat, very great question. Technically, you can use one needle and just take whatever thread and stitch it and move, unthread it. So what I do is, let me just quickly just give you a little flash of what I've got on my right here, okay? So I've got this thing I called a needle board, which is literally what it is. So I've got a board that looks like this. Brace yourself, okay? So I've got a large board here, which is, I'm going to keep going. It's how big it is, okay? This is needle board I've got most of the times with single strand on my right. So just look at the number of needles here. This is what's happening. So what I normally do is if I pick a color, take a strand, if there's any left over, most of the time it happens, and I just dock it back. So these are the strip of paper captures all the colors, the full set of DMC numbers, and I just dot the needle there until next time. So it's for quick access and also somewhere to store the leftover piece. It's really quick and easy. I just keep everything threaded and pop it on the board until next time. So this is why I need to keep, picking up new needles if I dot my needle on the board. So this is why. So it depends on the stitching method. You don't need to have a lot of needles, but if you have a needle board, then yes. Hope that makes sense. And Samantha says, I'm working on the door part of the love letters, lot of pink. I know, there's a giant pink door. It's kind of a signature part of that piece, isn't it? When I think of that piece, I just see that pink door. So a lot of pink colors. Here we go. So I am going to pick this one. A lot of red as well. I like this color, this area. A lot of strong red. I love stitching red colors. Okay, 666. Let's have a look. Let me see if maybe they're done. 2 stitches here. And then, yes, these ones are done actually. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why don't I just mark these ones? Just bring them up to date for now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. That one. And then one next to it. 1, 2, 3. That's not right. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, these ones are not done yet. Okay, hang on. So I try to bring my chart up to date. It's been out of date for too long. It's about time. That one. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. That doesn't look correct. I give up. I'm going to move to a different area. I need to come back and, you know, match them properly. Jackie says, I'm still working on traveling library. Just crossed 18,000 stitches marked on it and close to page 1 being done. So single page, 18,000 it's only 1 page. Wow, it sounds like quite a lot though. Lona says, I don't like the 32 count pearl grey Lugana with this pattern. Ah, so it's a fabric. All right then, let me pick a different color and start there, see how it goes. 3864, 3864. And I've got a lovely cup of coffee I just made. 3864. The smell is so good. Okay, so this one is definitely up to date. So 1, 2. It feels almost like some back stitching would be quite nice for this image. One, 2, and 2 over here. Ah, Kazat, I know this amount of needles is not for everybody, but the thing is, when you have a needle board, it starts to make sense. You just need more needles in order to dock your threads. And I've got needles on this needle board, but also on organizers as well for different projects. So they're all over the place. I use up a lot of needles. Let me have a look. 1, 2. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit tricky actually, because all the colors, all the stitches, they're kind of scattered everywhere. Nikki says, I love my needle ball. Now I'm consulting all my threads back to my master set. Yes, Nikki, I'm yet to make a storage like yours to store your threads for my CXC. I kept talking about it, I just haven't got my act together. Let me just mark these ones. So today is going to be it's going to be the total number of stitches minus like 100 100 stitches. So Lizzie is doing Earth Angel as well. Lizzie says, Yogi, 18,000 total. I was stitching cross country. Page 1 is 700. Oh, 7,700. Oh, I see. So 18,000 is not for one page. I saw it was a lot of stitches. Right. So you've done more than one page. Oh, 18,000 is total. Okay, I got it mixed up. I thought you completed 1,800. I thought that sounds like quite a lot. Vaduhi, hello. Happy Saturday. Sarah says, everyone, please make sure you have membership option turned on. I will be gifted 1 membership today. Ah. That is so nice, Sarah. So Sarah's gifting membership today, and you do have to turn on to receive. You need to give YouTube permission to receive. So guys, make sure you have it turned on. If you don't know how to do it, I can show you quickly. But otherwise, you need to give YouTube the permission to receive. So YouTube is going to randomly select 1 person for the membership. That's so generous of you, Sarah. Where am I here? Over here. 1 stitch, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. It's very tricky because a lot of stitches are not marked. 1, 2, 3. Jackie says, could you imagine the 1 page with 18,000? Well, the thing is, I have such sort of little grasp of numbers. So when you say 1800, in my mind, I know it's a lot. But if you ask me how many stitches per page, you know, by heaven and earth, I have no clue. So in my mind, I knew 1800 seems like too many for a page, but I have no clue. No idea. My brain just cannot handle anything with numbers. I think it's this one. Travis says, how do you turn it on? I can show you quickly, actually, for those who don't know. So what happens is, you know, people can give away memberships, but you can't really choose who you give it to. So it's a random process decided by YouTube. Okay, let me show you what you need to do. So let me just pull out our stream here. So here we go. I'm going to just quickly show you. So you can do it with me right now. It doesn't matter whether you're on your phone or on your desktop. The interface looks identical pretty much. Okay, so this is our chat here. This is our stream. So normally you have a stream here, right? And then you bring on the chat. So most of you probably have your chat open. If not, you can have it open. And what you do is you go to the bottom right. There is a $sign. Normally, if you give super chat or whatever, this is the icon that you go for. So you tap on it, okay, and it should bring on a popover, which has got 3 options. And at the bottom one, it says membership. So this is the one you need. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. And you tap on it. It will take you to this screen, which is normally when you decide to join the membership or whatever, it brings on the membership page. So go to the upper right there with 3 dots one more time, okay, and tap on that. It's going to bring up another overlay, okay, it's overlay. But at the bottom, it says gift membership settings. This is what you need, and this is important. If you don't turn it on, the YouTube will not select you. And also you have to be a subscriber as well. If you're not a subscriber, it will not be picked. And you have to be a subscriber. You have to be in a chat at this time when the membership was gifted out. So with this option, tap on it. There's a little button there. By default is turned off, but you need to turn it on like that. So without this process, YouTube would assume that you do not want to be gifted membership. So you need to give YouTube consent to do it. So turn this on, okay? Hope that makes sense. And once it's turned on, you will be selected. And if you're a subscriber, you will be part of the selection, okay? Valerie, hello. And Badil as well. Great to see you. Chaotic Crafter. So hopefully that makes sense right now. Sue Howe, hello. And good morning. She says it's 6:18 Sunday morning. Oh, 6 in the morning. And Sue says my husband was snoring, so I got up. Oh dear, it's like a natural alarm clock, isn't it? 6:18 and Sue is up. Travis says my paper pattern is one giant sheet folded up. It can be a bit of pain sometimes. And Michelle Kiefer has been a member for 3 months. Well done. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you guys for your support. Day-to-day streams here. It's completely ad-free. You probably noticed there's no ad. And nothing's monetized. So, you know, your support as a member is tremendous. Thank you so much. Let me just zoom in a little bit. And I think as a member, you have kind of members message. I don't know how it works. I think you can post a message once a month, maybe, that you can, it kind of automatically goes up on the screen, I think. Something like that. Like this one, Michelle. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Sarah says 5 more minutes and she was sent out the gift. So guys, get the settings ready if you'd like to receive the membership. And 3 stitches here. One, two. Barking Mad says, I'm working on a World Travel Bookshelf Mini by Hey Today. I started it this week. World Travel Book. Is it by Amiee Stewart? One, two. 3. Grace. Hello, Grace. Grace says, hi, everyone. I had your membership video on, but fell asleep waiting for it to, for it to start. Are you kidding? So, right, so you were there before the stream started, and then you fell asleep. And Grace says, I had a dream that we were at a stitching retreat, and we're helping pick fabric. Grace, you know what happened there? Well, Grace, so for those of you who were at the members stream, have a read at this. Grace says, I had a dream that we're at a stitching retreat and we were helping to pick fabric. Guys, what do you think? Was it a dream? We were at a retreat. Every session is a retreat. And we were talking about picking fabric, Grace. So maybe you were dreaming and listening at the same time, and it's kind of woven into your dream. We were picking fabric. That's so funny. Dreams and reality. It's all blurred into one. And did you dream about a very drunk person going to yoga class? Did you dream about that bit? Right, Barking Mad is Amiee Stewart. Oh, there you go. Sarah has gifted the membership. Let's have a look. Who has won it? Oh, Borrow Bunny. Well done. Yes. The lucky winner of Sarah's membership, free membership, is Barlow Bunny. Yes. Well done. Gary Barlow the Bunny. Well, congratulations. What, Grace? So in Grace's dream, I picked off-white color. Oh, that's a sign. That's a divine intervention there, Grace. That's so funny. You've been very busy in your dream. Jackie says, were you doing yoga by any chance? I know. Tracy says, how does one accomplish yoga while drunk? Oh, Tracy, that's a profound question. Exactly. Clearly, it's possible. Oh, it's off-white, is it? I know, Barlow. Yes. Things are looking up, isn't it? Well done. And Barlow, we've got an archive of member session, and also we do members only stream most Saturdays. Most Saturdays. So come join us. And thank you, Sarah. So generous. There you go. Sarah's got cookies and milk as well. But those are reserved for aliens, aren't they? Sarah's been so generous. Barlow says, my name's Green Lights. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, it's in green light. Okay, your name's not Green Lights. In green lights, yes. For members, your name turns green. And also, Barlow, just in case you don't know, we have members only emojis as well. We've got Dolly, we've got alien emoji, and we've got Spooky Bingo emoji as well. And of course, Yogi Move. Oh, that's an important one. Sarah says, this is the best group of stitchers. I know, we're so lucky, isn't it? We're just surrounded by really, really interesting and passionate stitchers. And you know what? We're doing daily chat and everything, and a lot of times there will be like weird people trying to come in and say weird things. We never happens to this group. We never have it. And everybody's just, here because we love stitching and hang out and chat. That's it. We're so lucky. No weirdos. Weirdos free. So far, I bet as soon as I say that, some weird people are going to appear. I'm kidding. No, no one's weird. Weird people don't come over here. Kazat. Oh, Kazat. Kazat says the only thing I normally win are codes from my toddler. Oh, next time, next time. Oh, Barlow. Yes, Barlow's been around enough to witness seafood buffet. Barlow is excited about seafood buffet. It won't be long, normally we bring out the seafood buffet seafood buffet for birthdays, for any kind of celebratory occasions, completions, all sorts. Seafood buffet. Yes, we have Dolly emoji as well. And I think I'm gonna end this right here. Grace says, on cross stitch medals last saga tutorial, he was showing you how you can change fabric color via saga, is it? Yes, you can. You can change the type of thread as well. Fundamentally, it doesn't change a lot. It's just changing the texture, but you can change the fabric colors. Yes. But the thing is, though, Grace, my issue, the reason I want to pick the right fabric is not so much I don't know which fabric I want, what color I want. I know exactly what color I want. It's more of whether when I buy the fabric, that particular fabric is the one I'm thinking of. Because, we're talking about like different labels for different shades of white, for instance, like antique white, cream, ivory, etc. And it seems there's some variation there. It's not very uniformed. So this is why it's tricky. It's not so much I don't know which color I want. I know exactly what shade of white I want. It's just I don't know whether I'm buying the right one, Nikki says calamari day is coming up on the 30th. Nikki, stop spreading rumor. There's no such a thing as calamari day. Nikki is trying to push this idea that every month, the last day, the 30th of every month is a calamari day. Can you believe it? Oh, do not listen to the rumors, okay? It's Nikki's dream to have a calamari day. Let's have a look. I think these ones are done as well. All these ones. So this area is a little bit confetti. I might come back actually. I want to stitch slightly stronger colors. Let's have a look. Why don't I start here? Okay. So let me double check. So here, there's 3 stitches. I just want to locate these ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. So the stitch count today is going to be all over the place. It's just the way it is. Okay. 817. I'm going to try to find the location. 817. Sarah, you have a pattern called Octopus Garden, Sarah. That is just not acceptable. Sarah says maybe it's a sign I should start my octopus garden. No better day. Oh dear. It has to stop. This madness. Oh, Nikki, see what you're doing there? Barlow, okay. We do have a no calamari emoji as well, okay. It's our group policy, and no calamari stitching, okay. And Nikki's breaking all the rules. I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Just keep counting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly but surely, I'm bringing all the stitches up to date. It's a little bit confusing right now, but Nikki says Google said it every 30th. But Google also it says a lot of things. You know, it says a Yeti probably exists. And we all live in simulations. That's all probably all true. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Yes, LRJ Beland. Yes, it's Luke, isn't it? I was correct. See, I do have a brain, very small, but it does exist. And Luke is asking, Does anybody know if there's a good video that explains how to convert PDF patterns to Saga format? Oh, you're in the right place, Luke. Yes. Regular basis, our members help a lot of other members to figure out that process. Luke, are you a member of our Facebook group yet? If you're not, join us, because you can just post out a help post out there and someone will come and help you. Oh no, I've stitched one stitch too far to the right there. Oh dear. Hang on. Reverse stitching, okay? Just a little demonstration of reverse stitching here. No. Oh, I thought I was doing so well. No. I was one stitch off. Let me try again. Hello, Suki. Chiviz says, I did my first live stream yesterday and a yogi follower dropped in. Oh, how nice. What's your channel name, Chiviz? Is it the same as your name? Oh, we have many streamers here. Okay. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's actually one stitch from hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. No, this is correct. I hope. Hi, Kathy. One, two. This is not easy because the stitches are not matching. Let me see if I can fix it before I move forward. This one, I've got these two. Yes. 1, 2. No. That doesn't look right at all. 1, 2, 3. 1. The colors don't match. I don't know what I was doing when I was stitching this area. Never mind. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And Kathy's starting a new project. Which one is it? What? Lizzie? Is Beatles has a song called Octopus Garden. Really? Are they into seafood? I had no idea. I would have thought Beatles, they were probably vegans. I don't know. Alisa says, Yogi, what count are you stitching on? This is 25 count. 25 count even weave. Travis says, how hard is it to start a YouTube channel? But Travis, you already have one. Your account is exactly like any account. You can start streaming today. It's just a YouTube channel, normal channel. Oh, Chivis, channel names, 8 Moon Faces. Oh, that sounds very mysterious. 8 Moon Faces. Kazaa says, as much as I like the idea of streaming, people will hear nothing but my cat yelling. Oh, that's happening to me today. Day to day, you hear Lily complaining about things for no reason. And Dolly's purring, of course, from time to time. Really, Lady Hawk? Lady Hawk says, Octopus's garden was indeed Beatles' tune, really? So they sing about octopus and in a garden. What were they doing in a garden? Octopus should be in the ocean. Should be in water, underwater. Nikki, oh, that sounds like a threat, everyone. Nikki says, I might stream tonight. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, it sounds like a threat. Yes, go for it. Nikki, you haven't streamed for ages. Yes, here's Nikki's threat. Okay, guys, take notes. Because Nikki's time zone is perfect. Nikki can just start when I finish. Because when I finish, in America, most part of America, it's kind of early afternoon, sort of not early, but early evening or dinner time, right? Kazaa says, occasionally I work from home and regularly I have to apologize to patients because my cat loves phone calls. Oh, so are you a doctor or something like that? And when you do consultation from home, your cats were just, having a chat in the background. I bet your patients love that. No one is going to object to cats meowing. Oh, Heather! Heather House has become part of the Yogi squad. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome, Heather. Thank you for your support. I'm glad you're feeling better, Nikki. We missed you. Hi, Joyce. See you later, Kazat. And Stitching Unicorn has joined us. Hello, hello. Kathy Hapler says, I was 100% enabled by someone in a hate sale, supersize, Fireside Fairy Tales by Randall Spangler. Oh, I think isn't he one of those artists? They're not part of the sales either. Is that him? Or maybe someone else as well. So now it's Amiee Stewart, and I think there's a couple of other artists. They're in the no discount category. And Sound Stitching has joined us as well. Oh, thank you guys. Yes, Sound Stitching has joined Yogi Squat. Welcome. Thank you guys. Elisa says, I could stream, you can listen to my Frenchie snore like gummy old man. Well, I know what that sounds like. The members will know we're talking about that. It's hilarious. Today's theme is just strangely kind of, matching what we're talking about. Yes, you can stream from the phone as well. I know it's a Frenchie, it's not French. Travis says, I will probably have to make a new account. No Kiwi name was attached to my Gmail account. Definitely, majority of the people, would not use their own personal YouTube account as, the channel they use for whatever purposes. Majority of people just create a new account. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one more. So Travis, are you going to be streaming? Are you thinking about creating content? You can capture your Pokemon journey. You can have a Stitching Pokemon channel. And Travis says, in Canada, we're 5 hours behind you, Yogi. It's about 5 p.m. here. Yes, normally when I finish at around midnight here, it's still quite early for a lot of you over in America. Maybe you're ready for another spot of stitching. You never know. So Nikki's time zone is perfect for that. And Busy Mom says, I've been thinking about going live. I have one more thing I want to get set up, though, before I try it out. Yes, and Busy Mom, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I mean, I don't know everything, but I know a bit. Yes, Busy Mom. Have you ever streamed before? Because I remember Busy Mom been talking about streaming for for a little bit. And I think, you know, maybe in the beginning, just take it easy and not to complicate. You don't have to have like a full setup in order to do it. You can have very basic setup and just try it out to see if it's, you know, your thing to do. And you can sort out the setup gradually. It will take time because, you know, I don't think no streamers using exactly the same setup. Everybody has their own, you know, preferences and different needs. Lizzie says Lee Roche and Thomas Kincaid are never in the cells either. Yes. I think they just have sort of a top artist. They know they're going to sell anyway. So I bet Amiee Stewart is quite excited being part of that list. And 1, 2 over there. I almost feel like I want to turn on my 5x5 grid because it's getting a little bit tricky. See, that's a lot easier. So let me have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, those are done. Those are done as well. Yes, do it, Travis. And also, Travis, if you start doing a YouTube channel, you'll have a lot more excuses to have new projects. You know, you can tell Tia, this is part of investment. You know, I need to do this. I need to stitch the biggest Pokemon chart ever out there. Oh, it's over here. It's a green stitch. Catherine says that red is so red. Yes, I love this color. It's a mixture of A17. So I'm currently stitching with A17, but also a lot of 666. You know the color of devil? Quite a lot over here in the mix. One, two. I see. Hang on. One, two, three, four. Oh, this is tricky. Okay, my brain is fried. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. One, two. Jackie Turner says it's so sad California is now in state of emergency because of the chemical explosion threat. What? From whom? It's in the area of Disneyland. I don't watch news, you see, so unless the alien has invaded the planet, I literally do not know what's happening. Who is threatening who? Oh, Travis, so Tia is giving you a go ahead. Well, there you go. Absolutely. Go for it. One, two. That one's done as well. Travis, Travis says, I don't know if she was joking, but she said, if you could get paid for it, I could quit my day job. I'd love to get paid to stitch. Well, Travis, the thing is, I don't know what I was going to say. I think she was probably, well, half joking, but it will take some time. Let me just. And I think, the best way to start a YouTube channel is when you're not worried about the outcome. You're not looking at it as a way to make a living, because you're probably going to be very disappointed. But if you do it for the right reasons, and if your intention is to create something that other people can get interested and excited about, then you're on the right track. But for the rest, we don't really have control over it. So that's it. That would be, that would be my advice. One, two. Oh dear. Okay, so this bit is all a little bit iffy. It's okay. I can probably fudge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one more stitch here. Ooh, this bit is really tricky because I'm trying to work out what stitches are actually there because my marking on the chart is all over the place. Catherine says 666 is very orange red. Yes, it's more red than orange, isn't it? It's the color of devil. Do you think they're having a laugh when they assign that fiery red as 666? Whoever came up with the number. Hi, Janine. Hello. Oh, so it's from a factory or some sort of plant. Oh, that's not good. I hope everything's going to be okay. Laura is kitting up 101 alphabet. We need to set a date, okay? Laura, no cheating. I know you're very tempted. You know, I think Laura is kitting up the project, and next thing, you know, we're going to find out that she started stitching it without Yogi. Oh, dear, oh dear. Hey, Rivers. Chiviz says, I started creating content back in December doing Vlogmas and just carried on from there. I've been wanting to stream for a while, but really I finally took the plunge yesterday. Did you enjoy it, Chiviz? I still remember my first stream actually, because I did the first couple of videos of the channel recorded. I was trying to find out which one works better. And so my first couple of sessions, kind of non-edited, you know, basically just recording me stitching type of thing, talking to myself clearly. And I did that for a couple of videos and decided to try streaming as well. And I still remember the first stream actually. It was pretty surreal, but really fun to do, even though no one was watching. But I had a good time. And you have to enjoy it. I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Not just enjoy stitching, but enjoying the streaming experience. You know, it doesn't matter if you're, you know, the only person stitching or you're interacting with someone else. You have to enjoy that experience. Oh my God, Diana. I didn't know that. Let's have a look. I want to highlight this one. Okay, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat, put it on. Diana says, I think the name of DMC 666 is Christmas Red. What's the connection here? 666 is Christmas Red. And yes, interesting choice of number. Oh, very interesting. This world is so strange. The more you know, the more you don't know. Janine says, are you working on a face? Well, the face is almost done here. I'm working on this dress, or at least on the way there. It's a little bit confetti around here, but not too bad, not too bad. I can do it, I can do it. So I'm going to pick this color. Oh, this is slightly beige, okay, so bear with me. Not quite as stitching, but close, close. 3827. And I think the baker lady is smiling at me. Under this purple, Grace says, I have to go picking up my granddaughter at the airport. Oh, everyone enjoyed the rest of the stream. I'll catch up later. See you later, Grace. Great to have you. And enjoy the pickup. You're kidding, Lizzie. I is so strange. And where does that sort of devil kind of, relation connection for 666? I'm pretty sure there is isn't there a highway or something in America that's Highway 666? Am I imagining it? And apparently there are a lot of strange things that happen on Highway 666. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Donna from Germany. Hello, Donna. One, two, 3. It's a little bit of, very light color stitching going on here. Padel says, Yogi, what was the reason for you to start this streaming? Good question. I started a channel to start with. I created a channel probably a year before I actually did anything to it. But when I created it, I had something on my, in mind. I don't know what it was just yet. I just knew that I was going to do kind of a stitch related thing, so I just created an account to kind of reserve a space there. But I didn't do anything to it for ages. And so it wasn't until maybe last May-ish. So it's about a year really, and a little bit. I decided to what was the first thing I did? Yes, couple of Stitch with Me channels, sort of videos, and I decided maybe streaming will work better because with the recorded sessions you have to, there's a lot of logistic things you have to do. You have to upload, and sometimes you have to do some editing. Well, I didn't do any editing. I was determined to find a way that is sustainable, because I think the downfall for a channel is when you start to do things that is kind of beyond your capacity. You know what I mean? Sometimes we can get too ambitious and thinking we're going to edit videos and turn it into like a documentary or something. I don't know. And I was quite mindful about not falling into that trap. I wanted to find a format that's meaningful for me and fun for me to do. I think that's the most important thing, because if I don't enjoy it, if it's a chore to do, it's game over. You know, that it's the end of it. So I wanted to find a way that's spontaneous, fun, and meaningful. So I tried streaming and I really liked it, because first of all, you know, when I'm done streaming, it's done. I don't have to do any post-production. I don't have to upload anything, download anything. And, you know, I do need to do all the preparations and do, you know, get my setup ready, etc. And don't get me wrong, some people might enjoy a lot of post-production, you know, they want to turn it into a feature film, that kind of stuff, but not for me. And I knew that about myself. You know, I've got a lot of other things I need to do during the day, so I cannot dedicate my life doing the channel. So it has to be something that's very workable and sustainable. So I started streaming. I didn't know whether I was going to like it, but turned out I did. And I really enjoy the interactions with, you know, whoever randomly found the channel, found the streams, and come to say hello. And Nikki was the first one to pop, you know, forward to say hello to me. And she was being so kind and introduced me to her viewers. And it started from there. So just every day. So I think in the beginning I was streaming, I think just random days and random times, and maybe every 2-3 days, just whenever I felt like, you know, sitting down and do a stream. And at some point I decided to do a 30-day challenge for myself to see if I can continue and streaming daily for 30 days. It was, you know, kind of a project for myself, and I was fully intended to stop after 30 days, because I thought, well, first of all, I might not even get that far, and because 30 days, if you're new to streaming, it sounds like a long time, you know, and every day as well. And I had no idea whether, you know, it was going to get anywhere. And I did it 30 days, and then I decided to continue because it was just fun and it was totally workable for me. So yeah, so here we are. That's it. And I think the great thing about what's happening here is I didn't have any expectations. You know, I did not have any grand plans for it. I just turned up every day and streamed. That's it. Chivy says, I did enjoy it. It was me and 3-4 other people, only one person chatting, but I have fun. Exactly. That's a totally normal process. In the beginning, I think, I can't remember which day Nikki came up. Maybe the first stream, I'm not too sure. Maybe the second one, but there were days, literally, I was the only person throughout the entire stream. And I totally expected it because, you know, when you start a YouTube channel, no one knows that you're there. And you just do what you do, you know, that's it. And not to have any expectations or thinking that I'm gonna, you know, have this number of subscribers or whatever. If you can be free from that, you will probably do well. That's the irony of it. If you're very goal orientated, you probably won't do well on YouTube. That's my takeaway. Because there's so many things are out of your control. You know, you probably have control over your own content. You can go, well, I want to do this type of content, that type of content, but everything is off your hands once you release the content into the platform. It's totally beyond your control. Doesn't matter, you know, you have the greatest content in the world or the worst. You have no control over, you know, who's going to find it, or anybody, or when. Nothing. And if you're okay with that, you'll probably be okay. Hi, Mandy. There. Oh, it's a little, not quite air stitching, but it's very pale color. And amongst, you know, quite a lot of different random colors. I'm going to move away a little bit, maybe come over here. I want to find something that's a little bit stronger. Maybe I can come outside here and stitch this bit a little bit, or change. There. Clara says, I have a cone of Christmas red. Oh, good to know it's actually 666. So when you bought the cone, it doesn't give you the thread number. I wonder. It is quite Christmassy, isn't it? Oh, Catherine says route 66, not 666. Really? So where did I get the idea? There's a highway 666. There's a highway 66. Oh, did I add one extra digit? So what's happening with the route 66? Is it quite mysterious? I don't know. Where did I get the idea? What documentaries have I been watching? Lizzie says, is in Revelations, the number branded on the beast is 666. Oh, it's got to come from somewhere. Yes. That's why a lot like horror films, you've got 666. It's a row 66. So is there anything interesting about row 66? Or is it really boring? Ginny says route 66 is about 30 minutes from me. Really? And she says around the length of US, I'm pretty sure it's very long. So is it known because it's very long, or because it's got weird things happen on the route? I got it somewhere for sure. Let me pick this one. Oh, that's better. That's a little bit stronger as a color. 535. It's in the grayish blue. Lamiki Moo says, Yogi, how many projects do you currently have? Each time I turn in, you're working on a different project. Yes, I have a fair number comparing to some of the stitches here. Very low number, but currently I need to count it again. And also, I don't know whether to count the projects that I have not worked for a little bit. I think I probably have about 25. So, you know, if I cycle them through, which I don't totally, but if I cycle them through within a month, I kind of end up stitching different projects most days. Hi, Clover Stitcher. A Nutty Star is here as well. Clara says, no thread number on my cone. Why would you buy a cone that you don't know what thread number it is? A cone is huge, isn't it? And Cassie is stepping to say hi. Hi, Cassie. All right, let me find the spot here. Over here, I can start from this spot. Jackie says maybe you should mark those stitches on the left side now to help you keep in the right stop. So Jackie, what happens to my chart here? On the left side that you're looking at right now, it's actually relatively up to date because I stitch this, area using Saga. The problem is more on the right side here because it was just about the time when I transitioned from not the time when I transitioned to Saga. What happened was I actually imported this chart onto Saga and try to mark everything properly. And then for some reason, I deleted the pattern without knowing. I don't know how I did that. And there was no warning. So I had to redo it again. And the second time around, I wasn't doing such a great job because as you can see, this chart, I pretty much stitch cross country, which is a nightmare to try to, match the stitches if you transition to a different app. And this is what happens. So it's been a little bit of a mess here, but I'm trying to tackle it one bit at a time. But it's tricky. So it's probably not unusual for you to find stitches that are not marked properly. And eventually, hopefully, I'm going to fix them all. And there are 2 stitches here I have not done. One, 2. That one. Lona says, "Oh, referring to Route 66." Says historical landmarks along it. I'm pretty sure I've seen T-shirts of Route 66, so it must be famous for something to have a T-shirt. And I'm pretty sure there's probably stitching patterns, maybe even Gecko Rouge. They have kind of, is it like a plate? Oh, thank God, this is not too light as a color. Sybil says no one calls it Route 66. We call it Route 66. Oh, I see. Yes, of course. It's not 666. 66. Indeed. Travis says the one anime I watched as a kid at the time 606.6 as the Hour of the Beast. Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of relationship with the number and some mysterious things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Aimee says Route 66 existed before we had interstate highways. It travels through many towns and a lot of attractions along it. Interesting. So it's not like so it's not mysterious. So it's just got a lot of landmarks. Oh, I'm disappointed. I was hoping to have some good stories. I much prefer Route 666. One, two. Is it chocolate time? Susan, well done. Yes. Let me just do a couple more stitches here. I forgot about chocolate time. So thank you, Susan. I'm just trying to figure out whether I should go up. Yes, I will. River says, so Yogi, is 4 cross your favorite? Also, what count is this? This one's 25 count. Is 4 cross my favorite? I definitely fell into the rabbit hole for sure, because in the past I have done various type of cross stitching, and it was just one of those things that I did amongst many other things. I was primarily a knitter really, and crochet as well, but definitely there's something about full coverage. It just drew me in more than any other activities that I did. But yeah, is it my favorite? I keep my mind open. I definitely love full coverage, but we're going to start a sampler SAL very soon with 101 alphabet. So I love that type of project as well. So, I'm open to all things. And also, for side quests, I've got needlepoint going on as well. So, I enjoy them all. But definitely, I think full coverage, something about full coverage has its, special attraction for me. And maybe for you as well, if you're here, you're probably interested in full coverage. For sure. Okay then, let me just pop my needle there so I can come back after chocolate. Whoops. I was trying to part there. Okay, let's have a little break and have some chocolate, some snackies. It doesn't have to be chocolate, but snacking is mandatory, okay? Let me take a sip of my coffee. Look at that, it's looking really good. And it's it's one of those patterns that at this stage, it looks like a mess, right? Around here, you can't figure out what is going on. But once everything's stitched, suddenly you can see what it's about. Diana says, do you like Saga better than Pattern Keeper? Cross Stitch Meadow used Saga too. He was actually quite new to it, I think. I remember Suzanne actually helped him to get it working. I don't know. I don't know his knowledge level of Saga. Oh yeah, Clara. It's a highway sign chanted by Gecko Rouge. I definitely remember that. I definitely remember that. Yes, I remember early days when I was researching Gecko Rouge. I remember seeing 6/6. Someone stitched that piece. See, my memory is working. Susan, yes, I'm probably tormenting Sidri really badly today. I think Sidri is probably lying down having some sort of therapy right now because nothing's matching today. She's not able to help anybody, not able to help me. Catherine says I like markup IXP best. Oh, really? Catherine, that's nice. All right, chocolate time. Lizzie says chocolate time as well with a lot of exclamation marks. And indeed, today I am going to unbox a new pack of chocolate. Dun, dun, dun. Drum rolls, please. So the previous weeks, I've been eating a lot of Black Forest. And also, what's the other one? The buttons as well. I still have my buttons. I still have a few left. But today, I got this pack. Yay, 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 yay. This is plain chocolate. Actually, when I discovered this brand, this was the first chocolate I got from them. So, and later on, I discovered the chocolate button. So this is the, back to the basic. And I am going to unbox this beautiful bar of chocolate in front of you. Yay. Hi, Rose. And see you later, Sarah. Great to see you. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Let's have a look. Let me take my scissors. I'm going to cut this open. I'm the biggest fan of the paper wrapper. But there you go. And listen to the sound of the snap, okay? Oh, that's the sound of a great chocolate. And let me know what you're snacking on. So this is my chocolate. It's plain dark chocolate. It's so good. 74% cacao. Betty Hankins. And River says, I just said some strawberry shortcake. Oh, that's proper. Lizzie is having dairy milk. Right, is it hard to find dark chocolate where you are? No, dairy milk is okay. Sometimes it's just not enough chocolate in there, you know. But if you can't find dark chocolate, you know. Susan Leaks says, Corey Creates was working on the same project. I'm happy to see it again. Your stitching is lovely. Thank you so much. So Corey Creates, you're probably referring to, it's a floss tuber, is it? I'm happy that someone else is working on this piece, because this is kind of one of the hidden gems by Amiee Stewart. Not many people are aware of this piece, so I'm really happy that someone else is stitching it. I really love it. And also this is regular colors, not max, so it's kind of, you know, relatively gentle when it comes to confetti, and it's really pretty. Cheers. Oh, the dark chocolate is just gorgeous. Hi Rachel. Michelle is paying, you know, very close attention to all the snacks. Yes, dairy milk. It's kind of milk chocolate, yes. Michelle is adding one more list on the smuggling, you know, long list of items to smuggle from the UK. Have you got your chocolate buttons yet? It's about time. Yum, yum, yum. I have my coffee as well. Rachel's just finished dinner. Well, perfect time for a bit of chocolate then. Chaotic creator. Absolutely, I agree with you. Chaotic says, I use markup ISP2. I love all info tracking. Just wish he'd sell it outright instead of subscription. And I think, you know, because I was a subscriber for 2 years, not willingly. I used it mostly for my paper patterns that I didn't want to work with papers. And the app actually has a pretty decent scanning capability. So I stayed subscribed for 2 years, but I wasn't happy because the app wasn't really improving much throughout the 2 years. Even basic things, you know, like parking method is extreme pain to park, and also I don't know if any features I love other than the fact that they are able to turn scanned paper patterns into interactive patterns, but it's very clunky as an app. Do you not think? It's not very intuitive. And Saga is not perfect, but it's much more polished. So I was feeling slightly resentful having to pay them subscriptions year after year and not seeing any improvement whatsoever throughout the 2 years. I cannot remember one thing. I go, oh, I'm so glad they fixed that. None. So not a very happy user, I'm afraid. So now I don't use it anymore. Michelle says, is Cadbury European or US? I think Cadbury, I thought it was British, but it may not be now. I don't think it's European. I think someone mentioned it was bought by an American company, maybe. I'm not sure. But Cadbury is very, very popular here. Sidri, sincere apologies, Sidri. Do not look at my stitches today. Yes, I am. I'm so ashamed. And Sidri says, I'm finally here just in time. It seems we'll fall asleep soon. I'm off duty. Yes. Well, it's not about fudging. I don't think I made that many mistakes. It's more of the chart. The marking on my chart is all over the place, particularly around here. So don't look at me today, okay? Have mercy, have mercy, and just relax. Ujjayi breath. Okay, if it starts to feel a little bit panicky for you, and just take a Ujjayi breath. Let me take one more piece. I love the buttons as well, but these ones are even more grown up because it's less sweet and I really like it. It's just dark chocolate and it's best. It's so good. Travis says, I love your kitty coffee cup needle minder. Yes, I really love these really small ones because regular size needle minders are probably around, oops, this size, right? It's about twice as big. And they're really good for holding a lot of needles. So I tend to have a larger, regular size needle minder to hold my needles and to park just one needle. I like small ones because it's very easy to pick up. Sometimes when you have large ones, you kind of have this kind of, the needle kind of slides around. And small ones, you can just pick up from the outside edge and it's very easy. And yes, this is a little dolly picking out of a coffee cup. I'm not sure it could be completely black. I'm just guessing it's dolly. Oh, Janine has started using Saga as well. Yes, definitely. If you don't mind, I wouldn't say learning curve. He's just thinking about working with the app a different way. If you're coming from Pattern Keeper, it takes a little bit of getting used to, getting your head around. But once you do, it's got a lot of features. Let me just take one more sip of coffee, and I'll be back. You know what? I had, guys, shall I show you this? I had a banana, okay, but I only had like a couple bites before the stream. I still have it. I might have another bite, in fact. Yes, my banana fix. There you go, chocolate and banana. I took a couple bites before the stream and I still have quite a bit left. Banana break. Lovely. I've got chocolate in my mouth and I took a bite of banana. Delicious. Yeah. And banana and coffee also go together. Have you tried it? Oh, so good. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Lizzie says, oh, regarding chocolate. Lizzie says, I have some in the fridge, but cannot find it. How big is your fridge? Do you need a GPS device to find your dark chocolate? Lizzie's fridge is so big, okay? She cannot find her chocolate. I don't know what to say. Maybe a size of a small warehouse. Hi, Chrissy. Good to see you. And let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe try not to look too closely, Sidra. All right. I think this side is not too bad. Is the right side. It's a little bit hairy at the moment. Nikki says that, oh, regarding markup IXP, Nikki says I was grandfathered in and bought only once, but never used it. So does that mean you subscribe for 1 year, but never used it? I just think it's a little bit cheeky. If they're not doing any improvement, that's noticeable. Maybe they're going to come up with a long list of improvement to me and go, yes, we did all these things. But as a user, I did not notice any difference. And it was still very clunky when I stopped using it. One, two. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Susan says Corey is a floss tuber, but she hasn't shown progress on this for a while. I hope she has not retired it. Yes, it's quite a sweet piece. I mean, it's just so fun to stitch, you know. No one's gonna have problems stitching pies. It's just so fun to do. Michelle says the last chocolate button delivery smuggled, I think it was Cadbury's. Oh, it was definitely milk chocolate, so I left it plain sight for my son to find it. He thought it was smart to find it. I think Cadbury would be one of those chocolates brand, sort of, you know, type of chocolate that EU kind of has some issues with the labeling, because the chocolates, the milk chocolates probably has more milk than chocolate, if you know what I mean. Maybe not even real milk. So it's, you know, mostly sugar and whatever else, fat and whatever. Very little chocolate to be qualified as chocolate. So over here, everything's chocolate, right? But in Europe, they have more strict qualification for chocolate. So for a while, I don't know what if they're sold over in Europe, if they are at all, Cadbury's. I'm not sure they're allowed to call themselves chocolate. Maybe they're chocolate flavor sweets or something. Because you need to have a certain percentage to call yourself chocolate. All right. Heather's having cashews. I love cashews. And I only found out, I had to do some research, because when I first had my squirrel friends started to visit me, I was trying to, because I just presume they would eat anything, nuts and seeds, etc. And I had to do a little bit of research to figure out, whether they're allowed to eat all nuts. And it turned out, almonds and everything they love, right? But there are certain type of nuts, apparently, they're toxic for squirrels. And cashews are one of them. And also, I think, which one is that? There's another one. The name kind of escapes me. Some of them are slightly toxic, but occasionally I have given my squirrels cashews before. They're okay. Maybe one or two occasionally. They love cashews, but they're not supposed to eat too many of them. And I'm going to pick this one. A01. A01. Ah, Chaotic says, very good point. Chaotic says, I don't think, well, regarding the markup RXP, Chaotic says, I don't think he had updated in 4 years, honestly, because all his tutorials are about 4 years old, if I remember correctly. Yes, I remember watching the tutorial, trying to learn how to use it. And indeed, that's a very good point, because if you have a new feature, naturally, you're going to update and come up with a new tutorial. That's very cheeky, I think. Do you not think, Chaotic? I'm willing to pay for a good app. I wouldn't have minded if Saga was actually subscription. I don't want to give them ideas, okay? I love the fact that it's one-off payment, but Saga, you can feel the quality of it. They are working on it constantly. Small changes, etc. Recently, they just added a really subtle update that I could notice anyway. I'm sure there were other things. They added a status bar that tells you something's happening when you do a backup. So on the iOS version, you can do a mass backup for all the patterns and all the progress in one go. You don't have to do it individually, which is great, right? But previously, up until maybe earlier this year, you hit the button, nothing happens, even though in the background it's loading up, trying to process the backup for saving, but it doesn't tell you that. So it looks like it's broken. It's just frozen because you can't do anything else in the meantime, but it doesn't tell you anything that is happening. And now recently I noticed they added a progress bar. It's so simple because, it doesn't matter what's happening. You need to inform the users that, it's actually working, it's not broken. And they've only just added recently, like an afterthought. But it's better late than never, right? So they are trying to fix bits and pieces, but I cannot say the same about markup RXP. And they're charging subscription. That's not good. And a lot of users, they probably don't know because maybe they're new to the app. And maybe that's what they're banking on. Hello, Lily. Laura's having sushi. Oh, is that a snack or is that a meal? Is sushi snackable? Michelle, yes, you have to re-educate your smuggler. Only dark chocolate, okay? Dark chocolate. Stick with Montezuma. And I'm sure you can probably taste the difference, right, Michelle? When you taste something like Cadbury, it's more like a sweet treat, but you don't really taste the chocolate much. Okay. I'm very tempted to do 5 by 5, but maybe not for now, because it would have been so much easier. Maybe I'll do a little bit. Or maybe I should just stay close. Let's not be too ambitious. This is gonna give Sidri a heart attack. Let me just come over here. One, two. Chaotic says, but it accepts PDFs, which is amazing because that's what I use. I'm guessing Chaotic, you're probably on Apple, right? Because PDF, they're quite standard for patterns, and Pattern Keeper accept PDF as well. But if you're not on Android, I can imagine markup IXP might be the only option. I actually bought an Android tablet just for Pattern Keeper. Oh, I'm slightly behind, sorry. Hi, Lynn. Hello. Yes, great to see you. Catherine says Pattern Keeper does not keep track like markup or saga, only the day and overall no stats. Yes, I think Pattern Keeper, I would say I don't know. I think they're trying to keep it as simple as possible. And they don't have, bells and whistles or anything too advanced, but they're doing the bread and butter actions quite well for most stitches, like search and marking, which is what we need essentially. And then the rest, they're bonuses. One, two, three. Night night, Sidri. Have a lovely rest. Betty Hankins says, I saw a news story about all chocolates is going to be fake soon. Why? Why do they need to fake chocolate? AI chocolate? Travis says we have a thing called Kinder Egg in Canada. It happens to be illegal in the States due to containing a toy inside. Well, yeah, they have them over here as well. Mostly for kids, and you can there's a toy, small toy in the middle. So it's illegal. So you can't buy them in the States because of the toy in the middle. And are they worried that kids are gonna eat the toys? What? So it's a black market of the Kinder eggs. Oh dear. Yes, it's a kid's dream, isn't it? Chocolate and there's a toy in the middle of it. It's perfect. One, two. Yes, at least they're worrying that you're gonna eat the plastic and the toy, along with the chocolate, because you can't tell the difference. But I think kids, if kids are eating something like that, they should have a grown-ups supervision. I like to think. But kids are not stupid. One, two, three. Right. Chaos says I don't like to yearly paying for it, but Paradise doesn't have all the tracking and stats. I think Paradise is probably quite a good app as well. I never gave it a chance because most of us just use Paradise as a conversion tool. But it's actually a markup app in its own right. One, two, three. That's funny, Lizzie. So what's the difference between Kindle's eggs and Kinder's Surprise? I mean, that's kind of kids' snack, so I'm not that familiar with it. But lovely. One, two. Lizzie is going to bed, and indeed, over in the UK, it's past 11, and Lizzie says, Yogi, are you streaming on Monday? Yes, I am. So we're going to have a Monday, special Monday, bank holiday stream, okay? And because it's bank holiday. And but Tuesday is going to be off because I'm teaching some classes on Tuesday evening. So instead of a Monday off, we're going to have Tuesday off next week, this coming week. But Monday, yes, we are going to have a bank holiday stream here. And have a lovely evening, Lizzie. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Lynn says, Yogi, I'm glad the lady in the window last night was light fitting. I know, because on my, on my fabric, it didn't look like anything, just 3 dots. And someone in this dream says, is that a person picking out a window? Is someone's head? No, it was actually lighting. But who knows? I mean, some people might still look at it and go, there's 3 floating skulls. I don't know. Ghostly head. I don't know. But it's probably just lighting. But I'm sure, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a name for, it's not a condition, it's just a human thing. We tend to look for human figures when we look at shapes. There's a name for it. I bet someone in the chat probably knows. It's just how we process images and what we're looking at. Because, we all, when we don't know what something is, we try to process the images through what we know, references. And human figure is probably one of the biggest, or maybe a big cat or something familiar. Oh, Laura says the band ones are full chocolate egg with a toy in the middle. Isn't that a whole point? You crack the chocolate egg open and you figure out, you find out what a toy is inside. And Laura says the US ones are half candy, half toy. So they're separated. So does that mean you know what toy you're going to get when you buy the sweets? I mean, that defeats the whole purpose. The whole point of Easter egg is you don't know what's in it until you crack it open. Oh, they really know how to party, don't they, these people? Spoil sports. Rose says Kinder Surprise is Kinder Egg, but it's called Kinder Surprise because there's a mystery toys inside. Yes, that's what I know. Kinder Egg. So there's a toy inside the egg, and you crack the egg open, you eat the chocolate, the sweets, and then you find the toy. So if you take the toy outside, what is it? There's no surprise. River, but that's the whole point. River says it would be annoying to eat a piece of candy only to find there's something hidden in it. It's probably unlikely you just swallow the entire egg. You probably crack it open and you find a toy on the inside. That's the surprise. Lynn says, Yogi, those Kinder eggs are quite expensive. Really? But they're supposed to be for kids, right? Everything's getting more expensive, Lynn. I bet the cheese straws are the prices are probably going up every year. Oh dear. We'll do one more stitch with this color. It's a chocolate color. Laura says, there's still a surprise toy, but separate in plastic on its own, one half. No, that's just not the same. So what happened to the Easter egg? You know, the whole point of Easter egg is inside the egg. And these people just do not understand, seriously. There. Travis. So people actually paid $1,000 for an egg. Why will they do that? I'm sure they're pretty, pretty fun and maybe quite delicious. But $1,000? Serious? I think the stitchers probably mentally trying to process $1,000. How many patterns and DMC fabric, DMC floss can get you? All right, let me have a look. I want something. I want a color that I can actually see. That really helps. Like this one. Okay, 902. 902. Rue says the toy is in a little egg-shaped plastic container, and so it's easy not to accidentally eat the toy. The children know they're there and really bite into the toy. I think kids are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. Elisa says, I lived in Germany when I was young. I never almost ate the toy out of a Kinder egg. The whole point was for the toy. Yes, I know. That's why they put a toy in there, because that's what kids want, really. Laura, exactly. Laura is mentally calculating how many Gecko Rouge $1,000 can get you. Well, but Laura is being very optimistic. So two Gecko Rouge, which ones though? Not those supersized ones. You can't get two. Whoops. We're being too harsh on Gecko Rouge, aren't we? Michelle says, I would advise my smuggler not to bring in Kinder Surprise. Yes, just in case Michelle getting too keen and just bite into the toys and swallow the toys as well. And also, yes, the $1,000. I think Montezuma is a safer bet. No choking hazard. Lynn says, when you think about it, you even have to pay for to visit the ladies. Nothing's free anymore. You know, that really reminds me. They don't do it anymore. I haven't been to Harrods for a long time, and but I used to go fairly frequently. Okay, and at one point, for those of you either live in London or maybe come to London for a visit, you've probably been to Harrods, and they've got pretty nice ladies. Okay, the whole building was built as I don't know when it was built, but it was built properly. It's a beautiful building inside and out. And the ladies, they're solid. They're not like just regular toilets. It's got solid marble walls and the top and everything. And at what point? Because normally you can just go and just use the ladies, no problem, just like regular ladies. And I quite a few years ago, ages ago, at one point, they tried to charge £1 per visit. And not only that, you have to show your receipt of purchases. So if you have not bought anything, I'm trying to remember, I try to, sort of not to be unfair to them. I'm pretty sure you have to show some sort of receipt. Well, okay, I remember now. Either it's £1 per visit, okay, to have a pee, or you can show your receipt. Maybe you can have a free visit for the loo. Guys, it's Harrods we're talking about. And they got really, really criticized really heavily. £1 per visit, okay? And we're talking about quite a few years back. And either that, you have to prove that you have bought something from the store. And I think they did that for a while, and then they abolished that because it's just bad. They come to your department store to buy to be your customer, and you're charging them for the loo. It's just bad form. They stopped it. Nikki says 1,000 for a shelf life Gecko Rouge. Can you even get it for $1,000? If you have 25 count, and getting the largest one, the one you've got, I think it's probably over $1,000. Where am I? Here. Betty Hinkins 1000 will almost buy me 2 Giga Rouge. I want. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? I think Giga Rouge kids can be used as a kind of standard, almost like, the prices of gold. We can use that as as a standards for conversions of currencies. I bet if you check the price of the largest piece they've got, the world map, and try 25 counts, I bet is over 1,000. So you have to top up the money. Janine says Kinder eggs are gross. My nerve. When she was little, my nerve, as in who? Your nurse? I don't know. It's a typo. When she was little, wanted me to eat one with her. Well, that's Janine. That's because you have standards. You know your chocolate. You know that's not real sweet. That's not real chocolate. Well, Janine doesn't like kale. Okay, so I don't know. Elisa says, I think it was in France where you also had to pay for toilet paper. Oh my God. I can't remember. Because the last time I went to France, did I have to pay for the loo? I can't remember. In London, I don't know about now. I have not used the loo in big train stations for ages. But it used to be you have to put like coins into a machine, like, just like when you go through the ticket gates, barriers. They may have stopped that now. Maybe it's all free now. Because I think it's just outrageous when you have to, charge people for facilities like that. It's not luxuries. People have to pee, okay? It's human right to pee. Let them do it for free. Can you imagine if you don't have money, does that mean you cannot pee in public? Do you have to find a tree? Is that what we're talking about? Oh, knees, not nerve. I was like, ooh, what was it? And Betty Hankins, we're lucky if we have outhouses and there are places in the middle that has a hole. Outhouses, yes, I get the idea. Yes, but it's free, right? Ginny says Kinder eggs are better than kale. So if you had to choose, you would choose the chocolate. How dare you, Ginny? 902, going back. Lisa says, I've been to places with a hole in the ground and a phone book for toilet paper. Where, Alisa? where, where is that place? Well, a hole in the ground, okay, that bit, fair enough. But the phone books for toilet paper, where do you even find phone books nowadays? It's like ancient, sort of antique phone books we're using for toilet papers here. I think phone books now, they're collector's items. You probably find them on eBay for sale. Because, you know, there's no more phone books. There's yellow ones for toilet paper. Oh dear. Heather House, my British mother-in-law used to call peeing spending a penny. But you have to pay for it. You have to pay first before you can spend it. If you go to Harrods. Nikki says, I don't do public restrooms. So what do you do when you're in the public? Does that mean you just don't go out to the public? You have to use it sometimes. You know, I work at the gyms and studios. I don't really have a choice, and I don't mind. They're mostly very, very clean, very well kept. Wow, Janine as well. So what do you do? So if you go to restaurants, does that count as public restrooms? Betty Hankins says, I have a medical casting card. If a place says no public toilet as such, they have to allow me to use them. Actually, in London, there's a law that if you need to have a drink of water, it's your right as a human being to walk in any restaurant, any pub, they have to give you a glass of water. They cannot say no. And I think it's very similar to loos as well. I'm pretty sure if you know, I have done it. Any restaurants, even if I have not shopped there, I can just walk in. I tried this with a friend of mine because they don't believe me. And actually, I just walked in and say, I need to use a loo. And they say yes. That's it. It has to be, you know, pretty special situation when they say you just can't use our loo, because it's not luxury, you know. Water and, you know, restrooms, you know, loos, they're not luxuries, they're not optional. So I think if you go to a pub and restaurants, if you go, well, I just need to use the loo right now, and they have to say yes. So you don't need a medical card. You just have to go, hey, you know, I need to use it. Slow Stitch Yogi says, I listen to orders while doing a mile-and-a-half walk. Now to eat dinner. Perfect timing. We're talking about loo usage. It's perfect for supper time. I hope you enjoyed your work, your little walk. Eating, exactly. Perfect. Travis says a phone book is better than poison ivy. Is that the choices? You know, like option one or option two, either yellow pages or poison ivy. Oh dear, you're living dangerously, Travis. Nikki says Korea has holes in the ground, but never see a phone book. What do they use then? You can't really have, a hole in the ground, and then, have, the top quality toilet papers. You cannot do that. It's either poison ivy or phone book. Okay, if you have a hole in the ground, it's mandatory. You cannot just use good quality toilet paper. That would be just wrong. Nikki says, "Oh, hold it in." Oh no. Pre-planning. How do you plan when you're going to, when you want to pee? You can't plan these things. I know you have notebooks and everything. Do you have timing, like, timestamp? At 9:05, I am going to take a pee. These things are unplanned, I drink a lot of coffee, so. Are we talking about toilet papers here, Betty? Betty says, I've heard stories of people using seats catalog when it was a thing. What's a seat catalog? Like for theaters? Heather House says, in Canada, it's illegal to charge people to pee because women must use the stool and men can pee for free in a rhino. And also men can just pick a tree, to be honest. It's a lot easier for them. Women can't just go out and find a bush. And yes, I think it should be illegal. Absolutely. You cannot deny people for the most basic needs. If people come to you and go, I'm really thirsty, you have to give them water. Simple. Otherwise, you stop being a human being. I don't know what you are. Dinosaur? Alien? You're not human. I'm going to pick this one. 3862. Chaotic says a lot of convenience stores, like gas stations and fast food places where I live, won't let you use the bathrooms without paying customer. Not sure if it's a commonplace across US. If you go to really touristy areas like Central London, Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square, that kind of place, Chinatown, those fast food restaurants, yes, they do that. I don't know if it's still the case, but it used to be that if you walk in, you have to show them receipts or some proof of purchase before they let you in the toilet. And their toilets are the worst, the most dirty, not hygienic, unhygienic toilets you will ever find on this planet. And it's a reflection of their business. They're stingy, they're unkind, and they're filthy. And that should be illegal. And their food is not even real food. So Betty Hankins says near Nepal, no phone book. Poison ivy then. Laura says, I watch a documentary that show public restrooms are usually cleaner than a home toilet. Really? I doubt it. The germs and gross stuff is mostly in the toilet paper or paper towels because there's stuff in the air. Oh dear. I doubt very much they're cleaner, but maybe not as filthy as we think. I think places like gyms and studios, the toilets are very clean because they have people round the clock, constantly going in and out to clean it. So it's not like, you know, most places probably have it cleaned overnight or twice, you know, once or twice a day. But generally, gyms and stuff, they have cleaning staff there all the time. Michelle says there's a trend here to have unisex bathrooms. It's totally disgusting. Who wants to use the same toilet as a man? Just pee all over the seat, and the floor is so sticky. Oh dear, yes. I think they probably need to do that if they don't have space for both. Sometimes there may be restaurants, they only have one loo and it's unisex. But I think majority of places try to separate them for safety as well, because unless you have people watching what's going on in the loo all the time, things could happen, you know, and it's for safety as well as much as hygiene. One, two, three. Yes, Alyssa, I would say a ground, a hole in the ground. If it's on, you know, sort of a soil and everything, it's probably going to turn out cleaner than being an indoor place. Lynn says, Yogi, when I walk the dog, sometimes I have to go behind the hedges. Exactly. And particularly Lynn, you kind of live in a quite a rural, kind of sort of countryside, right? You live in a farm, you're running a farm or manage a farm. And yes, it's probably totally normal for you to have to find a place behind the bushes, because it's not like you have popular toilets everywhere. Absolutely. You're feeding the trees, the plants. Oh dear, no, this stitch is one stitch off. Well, unless you can do what Nikki does. Nikki has, you know, a timetable of when she goes to the loo. Nikki says, I will go at home before I leave and go when I get home. But it really depends on what happens in between and the length of it, the length of time in between, isn't it? You can't really do that if you're out there for a long time, like all day long. Oh dear, why do I keep stitching it in the wrong spot? Hang on. It should be here. 1, 2. Tracy says, my royal bottom does not touch public toilet seats. I'd rather pee my pants. Really? That's the choice? Tracy? I bet Tracy's just being dramatic. Tracy, you'd rather pee in the pants than using public toilet. So if you go to restaurants, so even restaurants, you don't use the loo there. I can imagine if you just have, maybe refuse to go to sort of public toilet. They are not very nice, I have to say. But if you go to restaurants, do you not use the loos? Oh no, Nikki. I can't even repeat that. Sound Stitching says, I have autoimmune disease, so I don't go on public much. And this is reminding why. I never thought about it because I'm out and about all day long. It's not even an option. Anissa say this is why I don't leave my house. That's hilarious. Oh no, Laura says, I really needed to pee when I was waiting for my daughter at a school. They have such a strict policy about entry. They wouldn't let me in. I had to walk a block away to a diner. They wouldn't let parents in? What? But they're okay for you to collect one of their students. So they knew that you were parents. Well, I don't understand it. Tracy says, I'm a camel. I can hold it. Is that what camels do? They don't need to pee. And Tracy says, I also eat super clean and not before I need to leave the house. I have autism. I can't do the experience of public restaurant. Fair enough. If it's a psychological, trauma for you to do that, then definitely don't do it. But yeah, eating clean. So Janine, did you hear that? I think kale is pretty clean. I would think that's one of the really clean foods. I'm gonna stop you here because I'm gonna start making mistakes. Kind of wandering a little bit too far. 3862. Michelle says about unisex bathrooms, there are almost always two bathrooms. So it's not a matter of space, probably more political. Ah, that's weird. Making bathrooms political. Oh dear. Nikki says, I never use it at restaurants. Really? Never? I don't know how you do it, Nikki. That's impressive. I wouldn't survive. 535. And let's have a look. Where do I start? Here. One. Oh wow, Nikki, that's very inconvenient though. But I can totally understand if it's not for you. Laura says they don't allow anyone to come to the school unless you're scheduled to come in beforehand. All doors are locked. Oh dear. It's like maximum security prison. Yes, so this is to protect the kids nowadays from their parents. Oh dear. Susan says, are we using kale for toilet paper? You can give it a go, see if it works. Maybe a little bit scratchy. And depending on what kind of kale though. Curly kale, maybe not so good. Barking Man says, I got kale once and it was full of white fly. What do you mean? What white fly? I have had, this is going to put you off kale forever. I was really into sort of, what is it called? Dehydrate plants and fruits for a while. I actually got a dehydrator. And so kale chips, you can make kale chips with ovens. But the temperatures are a little bit higher. If you want to really go super healthy, you use the dehydrator, right? So I bought a whole bunch of curly kale. Now, curly kale or maybe the other type, slightly flatter ones. And so I dehydrated. I washed them and I dehydrated them for hours. You know, if you've done dehydration, you know that it takes a long time because the whole point is that you're doing such a low temperature, all the nutrient and everything is preserved. So I dehydrated a whole bunch of kale, like huge bunch, and I was really happy. Finally, it's done, and I took them out and proceeded to eat them, and then I realized. Not all of them, okay? Because with leaves, you wash them and you cut them up. But they're in large pieces because they shrink. And I realized quite a few of them, when I flip them over, so each piece is about maybe this big, you know, they're all dried up and everything. I noticed quite a few of them have eggs of some sort of insect, like lining up beautifully. If you're if you if you have issues looking at really uniform patterns, like, you know, fish eggs, that kind of stuff, that's your worst nightmare. Literally just lining up beautifully like airplanes on, you know, ready to fly. And their eggs and dehydrated as well, dehydrated eggs, just, you know, rows and rows lining up at the back of quite a few of them. And till this day, I don't know whether I have eaten any one of them that's got eggs underneath the leaves, but I I didn't want to do it, but I had to throw the whole thing off away in a bin. And I have not made kale chips that way afterwards. I know I was being irrational. Maybe if I just check and wash each leaf thoroughly, it won't happen again, right? But it's just the image of those eggs lining up. Like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It was slightly traumatic, I have to say. So there you go. That's my kale experience. Do you guys probably ready to eat some kale at this point? I know, I know. Extra protein. Yes, Lona. I know, I know. I'm sure they're harmless. I don't know what kind of bugs or insects they are. Maybe just those regular, I don't know, caterpillar or something. I don't know what they are. But it's just, I remember flip them over and there's so many of them, so many chips. They just have, you know, rows and rows of eggs just lining up beautifully. Oh, that is going to stay with you. All right, I'm really selling it, aren't I? I'm really selling the idea of kale to you. I know. You just cannot wait to rush out and just buy a whole bunch of kales and start making kale chips. Ginny says, I must say, working in a resort, the bathrooms are super clean. I saw one of the housekeepers using toothbrush. Toothbrush? Whose toothbrush? Not yours. To clean around the back of the seat. It was pretty impressed with her. Not till you find out whose toothbrush that was. Yes. Rich, all the weird stories. We're going to have, you know, anxiety just going to public places now. Rachel says they put hidden cameras in the bathroom after people checked out to watch housekeeping. They just say we don't, say don't use coffee maker or ice machine. Oh, so they put a hidden camera not to watch people using the loo. Oh no, I thought it was a different kind of story. But wow, so they have cameras there to watch the staff, checking if they stealing toilet rolls or something. I don't know. If you have to do that for your employees, you have chosen the wrong people. Lisa says, maybe I really don't like kale anymore. But it can happen though. It's nature, isn't it? It's just like, you know, vegetables very often have insects, you know, laying eggs on them. And it's just that, you know, I don't know, they probably go through some sort of cleaning process to try to clean them. But I think with other plants, it's probably easier to clean. But kale has got a lot of, you know, curly bits, like, you know, creases and stuff. It's very hard to clean thoroughly. No, I still eat kale. I just wash them very thoroughly now. And I'm sure the eggs probably, you know, they're totally harmless. Travis says, I remember earlier in the stream, you said to keep the to keep the awareness away. Looks like that has gone out of window. Yes, we don't have weirdos because we are weirdos. Dear, oh dear. Rachel says there was a documentary about how clean hotel rooms were. They look back, they took back black lights to the beds, fridge. Oh, don't do that because you won't be able to stay in a hotel again. Yes, no, I can probably predict the outcome. And let me pick maybe one more color. Let me see if I can pick one that's a little bit more sensible. Okay. 310. That's very sensible. In fact, I noticed there are quite a few 310s here I've already done. I just have not marked them. So today's stitch count is going to be totally inaccurate. So I think these ones I've already done. But the few, they're quite there are about 4 stitches left. Or maybe 5 stitches. 310. My 310 is running very low. Exactly, Catherine. If you use the same equipment like black light, I presume it probably highlights the germs and stuff. If you do that to your own environment, you'll probably be shocked. So don't do that, okay? Ignorance is the best. Oh yes, chaotic. We have not used the P word yet. So we're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. Let me have a look. There are 4 stitches. Why don't I just do these 4? Let's not get too ambitious. Fiona says, Yogi, you don't watch ER shows. I watch. I just watch where there were huge, long... there were huge, long worms in a person's body. Oh, no. Lona. No, we can't go there. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. No. There's one thing to have a few, you know, eggs on kale chips. Oh no, we can't. No. Laurel says my hobby. Oh, the direction this chat is going. It's very concerning. Laura says my hobby is a plumber and he used to send me really gross pictures. I had to tell him to stop. Yeah. What is he doing? Oh dear. Yeah, I bet, you know, being a plumber, they probably seen everything. That is, you know, one profession that's going to see a lot of gross things. Two more stitches. We need to get out of this stream before it deteriorates further. Two more stitches. Actually, three more. No, Rachel, we don't hate pineapples. It's slightly questionable when pineapple is sitting on top of a pizza, you know? No, pineapples are innocent. Pineapples, there's nothing wrong with pineapples. Okay, last stitch and run before horror stories about giant worms. You know. Here we go. And Laura says he rarely ever gets sick, though. Well, this is my theory as well. I think overprotecting is not a good thing. So I'm rolling around in dirt every day on the gym floor and the studio floor, and I'm walking barefoot most of the time, everywhere, indoor though. And I think my immune system is actually pretty good. I don't want to brag about it because I don't want to jinx it. But, you know, there is such a thing as being overly protective. So I think if you're, appropriately expose yourself to germs, it's actually better. So that's my theory. Within reason. And, let's have a look. My little baker lady is here. Lisa is signing out too much, and particularly for those of you enjoying your supper. Okay, sincere apologies. Yes, Lona says, Yogi, you're the one eating eggs. I know. I'm setting such a bad example. I started it, haven't I? Yes, eating eggs and insects and stuff like that. Guys, look at my lady here. Change subjects quickly, okay? And I think it's looking good. It's subtle progression, right? But you can see there's a little bit of colors developing here, and it's looking really, really nice. I think the lady is still smiling at me. If I get to the point that she starts to stare at me with hate and resentment, then I know I need to do better. But I'll try to catch up on my chart here to bring it up to date, because it's very tricky to stitch right now. Try to figure out which one has been stitched, which one hasn't, and it's all over the place. So I'll try to fix that so I can move forward with this image. But this is what I've done today. Guys, are you curious about my stitch count today? Me too. I think it's going to be a very surprising number. It's probably going to be like whatever number it is minus 300, because I had to mark quite a few stitches here that wasn't marked before. Okay, so I am going to show you my app here. There. So this is where I am right now, okay? And guys, I am going to count down, okay? Nikki says 9,000. Oh, Nikki has confidence in me. Absolutely. Nikki, you're my favorite today. Okay. And I'm counting down to 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, even with marking extra stitches, it's 275. Yeah, I think it's about minus, I don't know, at least 50, 60 stitches. So we're talking about, maybe 220, which is not bad, you know. Alisa says 400, that's a bit too late. Even with extra stitches, we're talking about 275. So I reckon it's about probably just over 200-ish. That sounds reasonable, right? And I don't think it's too shabby. Yeah, round of applause for me. And currently, still firmly under 10%. And yes, at some point we'll cross over. And I'm sure pretty soon, once I sort out the chart, so we can move forward. And Betty said 291. No, it has been revealed. I think it's slightly over 200. So thank you guys. I really have fun. And even though our conversation involved loos and some insect activities, not today, but it is still enjoyable, right? We were learning new things every day and about each other as well. And so tomorrow we're going to come back for another spot of stitching, maybe talking about, other things. Who knows? And every day is a new day. So, and also a reminder, Monday, we're going to have a special Monday bank holiday stream. Okay, there's bank holiday over here, but Tuesday is going to be off. So we're switching from Monday off to Tuesdays off, just so you know. And so guys, thank you for joining me. And I'm really, really grateful for your support, and come here and join me every day. Such a joy. And we're going to come back and do it again tomorrow. So it's 17 past 12 midnight from a sleepy London town, and very sunny as well. Not right now, but really, really warm. And Yogi is going to sign out. And I wish you a lovely, lovely day or night, wherever you are. And enjoy your supper. Enjoy your supper. And after our conversation. And I'll see you tomorrow. Night, night, everyone. 99. Love you all. Bye bye.